Hours into trading. It is Friday, October 1st, the first trading day of the month. We should see some beginning of the month fun buying. Yesterday, I did a video. I'd mentioned to you right about in here, I think this is when the video came out, that we were likely to see continued selling through the course of the day, that you would be best off to just turn your computer screens off and stay short the entire day. Now, I didn't mean that that's what you should do. If you're trading futures, obviously, you don't even want to go to the bathroom. They move so quickly. But the point was, try not to get wiggled and jiggled out of these positions. Try not to get cute. We had this big drop right in here and a nice compression with a higher low double bottom. Now in here, yes, you absolutely could start taking profits on your short position and look for a re-entry, because this sell-off right here and this bounce took a long time to unfold. Typically what we want to see on these big drops, and the way that you know that you're going to get some continuation, which by the way, I am long futures right now, so I'm watching this, but the way that you know that you're going to get some continuation off of these little bounces to the downside is that they're brief and they're shallow. So this lasted about 20-30 minutes, and then wham, you get your next wave of selling. This, we had a compression, a bounce, a higher low double bottom. Okay, now we're almost into the hour and a half type range. This is way too long. That tells you that buyers are starting to line up. So you do want to take profits on that, but then as the day starts to progress, we see this resistance level forming, a couple of long tails above body in here. We already know we've had a bearish 1OP cross way back in here, so you want to wait for technical confirmation and a breach of that support level right there, heavy selling into the close. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Actually, yesterday's trade of the day was to be short S&P 500. So if we take a look at this chart, put up the 100-day moving average, that's really been the moving average that's come into play. Big sell-off. The next day, we preserve all of those losses and close very tight to that low. That's what set up the heavy selling yesterday and the gap reversal. So the market gapped up early in the day, didn't stay there for more than 3 or 4 bars, and then the selling pressure came in. Now today, the market also gapped higher. In fact, we're right about on the open. You can see that because the body of the green candle is very, very small. But then look what happened. We tested the downside, and right now we have a bullish hammer forming. Let me put up the 5-minute chart and I'll show you how we traded the S&P 500 this morning. You'll also notice way down in here, there's deep 1OP bullish cross that came into play right about here. We did not have technical confirmation, but that is a deep trough. So in any event, let's go in and take a look at the chat room. I'll show you the timestamps. And you can see here I'm short the SPY at 428.70. This is about 45 minutes into the open. I'm going to continue to scroll down because you'll see that I took profits on that trade, had my stop in place, and I'm giving play-by-play commentary of what we like to look for. And I'm going to continue to scroll down, and you will see that I took my gain on SPY. This is at 9:48 Central Time, so this is about an hour and 15 minutes after the open. Let's take a look at what happened and what prompted me to shut that trade down. So we've got a compression here, compression, and we're not able to make a new low of the day. Now all of a sudden, we get a green candle right in here, and we've tried to get off of this low a few times, but you can see how sellers came in and kept trying to push the market down. Well, we weren't able to break that support. I thought, I'm going to take gains here because this is lasting longer than I'd like to see. I've got this bullish 1OP cross back in here. So let's play it safe. Let's let the early action play out, and I'll see if there's an opportunity to get short. Well, that was a good decision because what we saw from that point on, long green candle, nothing to worry about. One long green candle is nothing to worry about because these are often just short squeezes, and they will reverse, and then you'll get your next leg down. So these are just to fake you out of the position. In fact, we saw a couple of them here, but sellers were still pretty persistent in here. This doji closing near the high of that long green candle, that is a sign that all of these gains off of the low held. This was a very important bar because we held the gains and now we have this long green bar right in here that tells us that there are buyers. At this juncture in my chat room, I said, I don't know exactly what's going to play out today, but here's the information that I can get just off of these candles right here. We are not going to have a market meltdown today. How did I know that? Just from those two candles. Because look at the distance that they covered. They covered almost the entire distance of these two long red candles. And when we saw these stacked, it looked like the bottom was going to fall out, but it didn't. Started to form some support, and now we've erased these long candles. That tells me that there are buyers out there. So we get this bearish hammer, we get a retest almost of the open of this long green candle, and the market absolutely shot higher. Now we've even cleared that. This is where I started getting long the S&P. I was not able to add. I was bidding and bidding. I've got a normal position on, and I was trying to add at 429.50 on the SPY. Mind you, I am trading futures. I use SPY because everyone has those quotes real time. But this is the level where I was looking to add. Never got that retracement. Next candle, I'd be happy with a doji, but it was a green bar right in here, followed by another green bar. Once I saw this candle unfolding, I posted a comment to the chat room. Very important because I want you to see what's been happening real time. I'm just going to continue to scroll down because it will be apparent. You can see I'm giving constant play-by-play commentary. Trade from the long side the rest of the day. This came an hour and 45 minutes after the open. Right in here. So now we are all long in the chat room. We're all trading from the long side. I believe that we're going to see a nice market rally. We were able to hold the low from a week ago. And at this juncture, let's put up the chart. I believe we're going to make an assault on that 100-day moving average today. We'll have another long green candle, a lower low. I'd rather see a higher low because it would be a sign of greater conviction on the part of asset managers, but this is a nice support level for right now. We're going to trade from the long side. That means I'm going to show you stocks that I like on the long side. I'm going to go into red hot. We'll take a look at what we have there. Google looks excellent. You can see right there we've got a bearish flag, couple of long red candles, got a nice bounce in here. You can see how Google is actually higher than the close from yesterday. So it has decent relative strength today. Let's put up the 5-minute chart. Look at it get through the high from yesterday. So it is through the high from yesterday. Look at how well Google held up through the course of the day yesterday. Really well. And then today, it's off to the races and through that high. Yeah, I like Google. Out of the tech stocks, I think Google looks excellent. Going to go into short squeeze, take a look at what we've got there. And I'm going to go into bull run. I'm just going to be looking for a number of stocks that I think are attractive. ORCL, Oracle, I noticed that the other day. This is nice, consistent price action. You can see how it sold off hard yesterday, but on a daily basis, look at how well it had been holding gains. The market's been weak the last 2 weeks. It has been marching higher, challenged that high. I don't like long red candles like that. So Oracle's interesting to me. It's above that halfway point right there. So it is of interest. Now, I found one earlier that was coming up on my searches, and it is CAR. That is my pick of the day. Long green candles stacked one on top of the other. There we've got a bearish flag formation. There's your downtrend. You can see how the stock has been up all day. What did the stock do when the market was tanking earlier today? Let's put up the 10 SI indicator, orange line above zero, tells me that the stock is strong relative to the market. I can do that another way, which might be easier for you to see. I'm going to put up the S&P 500. So there's the open of the S&P 500. It's the gray line. Wham! Market sells off hard. What does the stock do? Yes, it pulled back, but it was already marching higher. It was able to preserve this gap up, and it never filled it in. As soon as the market started to find a little bit of a bid, it was off to the races. This stock looks really good. It is kind of a short squeeze type of play as well. I love this bullish flag formation here. I love the stock marching higher today. Can be a little bit whippy. CAR is my pick of the day. I think that stock continues to move higher. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you never miss any of these videos. Trade from the long side. You heard it here on October 1st, 2 hours into the open. This is a really nice move off of the low. We're starting to stack some green candles. Good luck with your trading. Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers, and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.